Today, we're gonna talk about misconceptions. Hi everybody and welcome back to How to Expat. My name is Tacha and I'm an expat myself. Today, I want to talk about misconceptions. I'd like to talk about 6 common misconceptions about Latin America / Colombia. So let's get started. The first thing is Latinas and Latinos. So there are a lot of people having like a picture in their mind how a Latina or a Latino should look like. For Latinas, for example, they think about Jennifer Lopez, Sofia Vergara, and so on. And so the thing is that they don't all look like them. So a lot of people think and thought before that I am Latina because of my skin and my hair and all this kind of stuff. And I have to admit, when I came first time to Medellin, I was pretty surprised as well because they don't look like me at all. So here the majority, they're pretty white, like they're really light skin, and so they have even blue and green eyes, and you will never expect a Latino and Latina to look like that, but they do. So it really depends where you are. There's not just one stereotype of Latino or Latino. It depends where you are. When you're going to the coast, they will be black, and when you're more in the Andes, for example, they're more white. But it depends, that can be mixed up and all this kind of stuff. So there's not a stereotype of Latinas and Latinos. Just saying. And I think it's important to know that because a lot of people have the misconceptions that everybody's looking the same way, and when somebody's saying like, oh, I'm from Brazil, and they're white, they're like, you don't look like Brazil, so how do Brazil or Colombia or Peruvian look like? There's not one stereotype. So the other thing is Spanish. So I thought myself, so like, if you can speak Spanish, you're good. Like, that doesn't even depend on just the country, but also the region. Same in the US, for example, even same in Switzerland. So I'm from Zurich, but when I'm going to Bern, for example, they talk a different kind of accent. They have another dialect. So sometimes I have issues to understand them because they just talk different than I do. So even in such a small country, you have those problems. So imagine this Spanish culture is a lot bigger. So wherever you go, you will notice like they will use other words, and they will they have words that have another they mean different things. Like it's the same word but means different things. I already made this comparison with coger, which means take, but also like sex. And so yeah, there are a lot of different type of Spanish. There's not just one Spanish. So everywhere you're going, first make the research. How's the Spanish there? If you want to like immerse yourself the best way, if you want to like kind of feel like a local there, so you need to learn their Spanish. So the other thing is food. So I heard from a lot of people that like they're craving tacos and burritos and everything, and they're so surprised that they're not getting it here, like in Colombia or I don't know, Argentina or whatever. Of course, you have Mexican restaurants, but this is not like the main Hispanic food you can get. Like this is Mexican, but even though the Mexicans aren't eating the whole day burritos and tacos, you know that? So yeah, food really depends on the region as well. So for example, at the Colombian coast, you will get more fried fish and coconut rice and other delicious stuff. And here in the Andes, you have more chicharrón and chorizo and this kind of stuff. So it really depends where you are. It doesn't even depend on the country, but even on the area where you're in. Be open-minded regarding foods because you can get disappointed if you're coming here to Latin America with the thought, I'm gonna eat burritos and tacos everywhere, and no, that's not happening. Yeah, unless you're going every day to a Mexican restaurant, but like in a daily life, this is not a thing here. So the other thing is diversity, like I said before, with the languages, with the food, also the diversity of the country and the areas in Latin America. For example, in Colombia, Ecuador, wherever you are, the Andes are more like, you have more lush green, and it's also colder than at the coast, and the buildings look different compared to the coast, for example. So when I came here, I was really surprised too that Medellin, for example, is so modern, so developed. But compared to Cartagena, for example, or Santa Marta, it is different. Like Santa Marta and Cartagena, they have different kind of buildings, and it's another vibe. And also you have the Amazon. So when you're coming to Colombia, don't expect everything to be the same. Like this, Colombia is huge, Latin America is huge. So you can go from desert, you can see snow in the mountains, you can see the Amazon. There's a lot to see. There's not just only one thing. So it means that in one place it can be developed, in the other they're more poor people. So this is great about those countries here, like the diversity, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, don't think that everything's gonna be the same. Like when you're used to Medellin and to modern kind of environment, you will be maybe disappointed when you're going to the coast that it's different there. So just that you know that. And the other thing is drugs. Like I hear it here, I hear it from back home. Like, oh, how about the cocaine? Are you getting it everywhere? Blah 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 blah. So I'm not into drugs, first things first. But the other thing is, a lot of people expect that when they're coming to Colombia, the first thing they will offer you will be drugs, like cocaine or whatever. This is not the case. Like in a daily life here, you will never, or like not really get across like walk across dealers or see people taking drugs or something like that. So that really depends, because I have to admit I had, like, it happened once to Sam, but this happened just because we were in a touristy area in Cartagena at a beach, and they were like offering us cocaine. But this was because we were in a touristy area, and it is really like obvious that in touristy areas there are more drugs because a lot of tourists are coming because of them, which is sad for me because but however, just that you know, when you're planning on living here, this is not a daily business at all. You will not come across drugs if you're not looking for them. So that was pretty much it for today. Some of you might think, oh, it's really unnecessary to say that. But I think it is necessary because there are a lot of people still thinking that those stereotypes, like those misconceptions, aren't misconceptions but the reality. So I just wanted to tell you that this isn't the case at all, and I encourage you to try it out yourself. Go and travel and see the differences between the culture and the Andes and the coast and whatever. So you will see a lot of things, and I'm sure you will enjoy it a lot. So that was pretty much it for today, and don't forget that we have a website called howtoexpat.com, and there you will see our services that we offer. We can help you to get around the city with our sneak peek services, and also connect you to our other partners that can help you to settle down here in Colombia.